Hey guys, it's been a while since I've done a camp tricks video, but with Wastelanders coming out, they've added a cool new camp object called the garden tile. And there's some cool things you can do with that to help you make a indoor garden, as well as actually some old tricks that were patched a long time ago and now they suddenly started working again. So I'm very interested to show those. So first off, we have the foundation tiles now have a garden option. That's the wood and the cement, as well as the floor tiles. You'll notice that there is now a dirt tile option. I'm going to show how this works. It's pretty straightforward. You put it down. It's basically a dirt box, for lack of a better description. I'll put something in there, just a piece of Korin, something easy to see. And basically it works just the same as dirt wood, exception being it's not really dirt, so you can't put other things like a water pump or something like that. Now the coolest thing about this is because it is a floor tile, technically you can replace it like you can any other floor. So you can replace it back to something like wood. And why that's interesting is because if you go to something like floor decor and maybe instead of having dirt inside your house, you want a nice wood floor, you can create these little potted plants. So I'll pick something like this and put that down. Yeah, so you can basically plant it on the garden tile and then swap it to a floor that you want, and then put some kind of pot in there. So the way it's working, once you plant it, I gotta switch it back, the crop has no collision, it has no clipping, I guess. So you could put literally anything in there. I tested a bunch of stuff. You could put like a Nuka-Cola machine, you know, you could put a TV. I don't know why you would do these things, but basically just to show you, once you put it down, you can literally put anything inside of it that you want. And I'll give an example too inside my house. Maybe I'll go in here and I'll replace this with a dirt floor. And I will put a corn, and then I'll put a little pot, and I'll swap it back to the other floor texture. So you can see how you can do something like that to plant a crop in your house and make it more like a decoration. And of course you can still harvest your crops and that sort of thing. So it only works after you place it. So if you place the object down first and then you try to place the crop inside of it, it's not going to work. But this is actually where I'll show you the other tricks. This is an old trick. You used to be able to place crops on top of something. And they fixed that when they fixed foundation stacking, but now you can do that again. So if you put an object down, and it has to be on either the dirt tiles or it has to be on the ground. If you take a crop and you kind of like float it near the edge, it'll go green and you'll be able to place it, and then you'll be able to pick that item up and you can move it around. So you'll be able to put it inside your house for extra decoration. I do find it works really well with let's see if I have some nut fruit here. I do not. Oh, yes, I do. You could put something like some nut fruit on there, and that looks a bit more like something that would fit into a pot or something like that. Of course, once you do that, it does become a little hard to grab, but you can pick it up, and I don't know, you can put it like wherever you want in your house. And it's just another way that you can make an indoor garden and you can decorate it. Before they patched that a long time ago, people had a lot of really cool builds where they had like rooftop gardens and things like that. So interested to see what people can do with that. I think it's one of the cooler things they've added. I think people were expecting more planters and stuff like this, but this is definitely a good start.